Hello everyone, it's me Harry. Today I'll be explaining how to pre-flight the Piper Cherokee PA-28. Only sort of a guidance only. Always follow your standard operating procedures of your flight school and also the Pilot Operating Handbook as well for the Piper Cherokee. To do my pre-flight in a sort of series of walk-arounds. So first off, I'll start off with getting rid of everything that's tied down. So getting rid of this tie down, so that's one done. And then getting rid of that second tie down over here as well. Okay, so that's done. And then also getting rid of the pitot cover. Now we're inside of the aeroplane, so getting rid of that control lock. Put the controls to neutral. And then also checking for sort of full free movement. And also confirming that with what I see outside as well. This airplane doesn't have a throttle lock, but get the throttle lock off, and then I'm going to start with P. So P, I'm going to check that the park brake is on. Then I'm going to check the trim wheel. I'm going to do full movement all the way forward. Then it stops, I'm going to check all the way towards the back. Then when you reach the back end, to neutral. I'm going to check that the windscreen's all clean. I've just been flying, I've just cleaned the windscreen, so it's all good. And checking that POH, that's on board as well. And for that aeroplane. Okay, so then I'm checking that the throttle is idle, mixture idle as well. All switches off, nav light off as well. Okay, once that's done, then I'm going to start putting the battery on, landing light on, collision light, beacon light on, and turning my nav light on as well. Making sure your avionics turn on as well. Testing the annunciator panel, checking we've got enough fuel there as well. So those are the inside checks. Let's look at the outside checks as well in terms of our electrics. This is our second sort of walk around. So checking the beacon, that light's on as well. Checking this nav light, so it should be green and illuminated. Coming around here towards the front, checking that landing light is on as well. And then also hearing that stall warning as well. Okay, it's good. And then finally this left wing light, the red nav light, should be on as well. Okay, aim to have this check done as quickly as possible as it's running on battery power. You don't want to drain too much. So then once that's done, switches all off, battery off, and nav light off as well. Okay, so now we'll have a look at the physical checks of the airplane. You can extend the 3 stages of flap, and I'm going to grab the dipstick and the fuel drainer out as well from the bag. Now we're going to have a look at the physical checks. So checking this connecting rod is here, making sure our flap doesn't retract, because if it does retract, you know, it will retract in flight as well with the airflow, so making sure it's nice and secure. Checking the 3 connecting arms here at the bottom are all good. I'll show you where they're at in a moment. Just over here, checking that's all secure, and the flaps, we've got 2 and 3 over there, and the flaps won't retract in flight. Checking the ailerons, we've got full and free movement as well, and we've got 4 screws, 5 screws, and 4 screws. Over here, seeing that the connecting rod is secure, and as it goes in, it's all secure. So here on our airplanes, you know, we've got Hornet style wingtips. Checking the surface of the wing, it's all good, and on the underside of it as well. Coming around here to the front, checking the wing, the air intakes for the inside are all good. Wing air intakes. Checking our tyre, and if it was flat, it'll be bulging around at the bottom. There's no brake fluid. We've got sufficient oleo length. Should be about sort of a 90-degree angle. It's a little bit slightly low. No liquid, and the treading is good on the tyre over here. So make sure we're going to dip the tanks, check we've got sufficient fuel. So it's about 37 there, it's a bit hard to see. and make sure that this is tight and secure, and that the air intake, there's a we've got the caps itself are the vents as well, so that allows the air to go into the fuel. Checking that this vent is all clear. We're checking that we're going to drain our fuel as well, so it's all good, it's all clear. So that's the wing section is done. Now we're going to come to our engine. We'll check that the latches, we're going to unlatch the aeroplane, check that all the components are fine, move the engine back and forth. We're going to see if we've got enough oil. If you can see, it's a bit blurry. Yep, so that's 8 over there, and then 6 is just below it, so you've got oil just below it. 6, about 5.5 quarts. For our airplanes, you know, it's 8 maximum quarts and 2 and 2 minimum. Making sure that this is properly latched over to our propeller. So checking that it's all free of any nicks. It's all clear. Checking the air, the engine itself, the cooling fins, they're all clear. There's no nests or anything. The air intake's all good. The exhaust pipe is good. Checking our nose as well. We've got sufficient oil. We've got plenty here. It's greater than 9 degrees. It should be about 1 fist length as well. Checking our tyres, not flat. Treading's good. Coming over to this side. Checking the components here. Okay, so it's all good. Over here, checking all the components. Nothing's broken. Everything looks all in order. Putting these latches as well. Okay, so then we're going to also do our second and third fuel drain. So our airplane has 3 in total. So I'm going to drain this section over here as well. Yep, all good. And then putting that fuel away, and I'm going to track this drain as well. Okay, it's all clear. You can also hold it up as well. Should have a blue tinge, a blue colour, sorry. That's for avgas, aviation gasoline, and getting rid of that as well. Checking out the wing air intake is good. The air vent. Checking out tyre. You know, same thing. Oleo, brake fluid, treading. It's all clear. And then our fuel, measuring our fuel as well. Yeah, we've got about 37 there, and making sure that cap is fully secure. Coming over, we've already checked that stall warning. Still coming over to the wingtip, lights all good. 4, checking the screws 5 and 4, and checking that movement as well once again to the other side as well. All good. Flaps, same thing. Checking the 3 sort of connecting rods are all secure from the bottom. Checking that this is secure as well. So from the bottom, checking those 3 sort of connecting rods. Coming over to the back. So checking that this the stabulator on our airplanes, and it's showing correct movement inside the cockpit. And checking that the trim sort of moves in a natural sense. Checking the rudder, it doesn't move, but it says no push as well. So don't push it sort of forward, I'm just pushing it towards the left and right. Checking inside over here, there's nothing, no nests, no insects, nothing built inside here. And then coming over this side, checking that full and free movement is moving in the correct sense as well, over there. Okay, almost at the end of our pre-flight. Checking the this tail skid as well, it's not damaged. And then finally, our baggage as well. There's nothing inside that would affect our flight, and making sure it's latched properly as well, it doesn't come off. Okay, my instructors have taught me this little trick, is you go to the front of the airplane, and then you're checking sort of things. You're checking there's no pitot cover, checking the oleo is good, checking the fuel the fuel tank lids are all secure. The flaps. laps, and then yeah, finish off any documents, note how much fuel and oil you have left. So hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.